Listen.
This is another edition of T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda this week, a special report that focuses on the activities of the T.H.E.M.E.S Agenda of Lagos State Governor, 74th in its series. Accidents are not often prepared for, but sometimes they happen through human errors and carelessness. It is the duty of a very responsive and inclusive government to ensure that such incidents are mitigated and reduced to the barest minimum in the society. Lagos State Government, under the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has made this a focus in line with the T.H.E.M.E.S agenda of the administration under security and good governance. In today's special report on T.H.E.M.E.S agenda this week, Adeola Akindele of our News and Current Affairs Department focuses on the activities of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, in supporting the T.H.E.M.E.S agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Every Lagos resident looks forward to a stress and incident-free metropolis as they go about their daily activities. The hope of the over 20 million residents, however, is sometimes punctured by natural disasters, unforeseen circumstances, or the carelessness on the part of some people. Ready to face such a daunting challenge, the Lagos State government established the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, as an agency that coordinates the activities of relevant agencies in prevention and management of disasters in the state through prompt and adequate rescue operations for residents in distress. LASEMA was established through Law 16 of 2008 for emergency and disaster management in the state. The agency is responsible for the overall coordination of emergency management in Lagos State, working closely with all its stakeholders. It came into existence in February 2007, while the legal framework establishing LASEMA was signed into law on 22nd July 2008. The agency is statutorily charged to provide adequate and prompt response, as well as sustaining intervention in all forms of emergency disaster situations in the state within the territorial boundary called Lagos. It performs this onerous task through emergency disaster prevention preparedness, mitigation, recovery, and relief, as well as development of loss prevention programs, and procures necessary technology to mitigate identified emergency situations. LASEMA's responsibilities include coordinating activities of stakeholders and non-governmental organizations who jointly carry out strategies for emergency disaster management in the state. It also provides relief materials, financial assistance to victims of various disasters in the state. The agency responds promptly to any emergency at hand, which includes, but is not limited to, firefighting, which it coordinates with fire services, flood control, collapsed building evacuation, search and rescue operations, environmental pollution, crowd control, cordoning off affected areas, public enlightenment on safety issues, perform general life-saving activities, including provision of relief materials, clearing and removal of objects that constitute the carcass or remains of incidents, preparedness, and response to biological health threats in collaboration with key stakeholders. The law that set up LASEMA did empower the agency to coordinate the activities of all its stakeholders and non-governmental organizations who are categorized into primary, secondary, and tertiary responders in management of all emergency and disaster situations in the state, as well as also to build their capacity toward increasing response capability, irrespective of ethnicity or religious affiliation. Under the present administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, LASEMA is positioned on a high pedestal and never ready to rescue Lagosians in real response time of 5 minutes to save lives and properties of Lagos residents. This is evident in the way and manner officials of this agency always perform their duties diligently, not deterred by the risk and hazards they are exposed to. The responders diligently perform their duties without fear or favor. The rescue operations by the Lagos State Response Unit (LRU) are not limited to the roads, evacuating accidental vehicles or tackling fire explosions. They also perform rescue operations on the waterways, buildings on fire or distress, among others. Residents are availed the opportunity of reaching the agency for a real-time emergency response through various emergency numbers for effective emergency management, especially on the 112 and 767 hotlines. Aside this, LASEMA operations have been decentralized across 6 bases and zones in the 3 geopolitical zones of Lagos State. The agency has instituted local emergency monitoring committees in the 57 local government areas and local council development areas in the state for grassroots participation in disaster and emergency management to engage communities in developing safety and risk reduction capabilities. It also set up an Emergency Operations Center, EOC, to receive and harmonize reports and updates in real time across the state through modern communication technology that are global positioning satellites, GPS enabled, which ensures round-the-clock uninterrupted communications with Lagos residents as events unfold. The Governor Sanwo-Olu administration also places priority on training and retraining of responders. Responders are regularly trained and retrained, fully armed with various strategies of combating disasters with the use of up-to-date heavy-duty equipment for evacuation and recovery process. The administration opened more Lagos Response Unit Centers, LRU, to bring safety apparatus closer to the people, irrespective of the emergency location. Under the present administration, the agency can now boast of new advanced ambulance services positioned at the grassroots. The Lagos Response Unit Centers with modern disaster management equipment are strategically located along Ikorodu Road, adequately equipped with emergency evacuation equipment of various capacities to complement the existing dispatch points located at Kapa, Oshodi, Central Lagos and Lekki areas of the state. To better serve Lagos residents and better manage the after-incident golden hour through a faster response time, the agency, aside its 767-112 toll-free lines, has expanded its contact portals for quicker reach to enable it to kickstart the response process faster. In the first half of 2021, LASEMA attended to 114 incidents in January, 126 incidents in February, 144 incidents in March, 127 incidents in April, 149 incidents in May, and 184 incidents in June. Second half of 2021 saw LASEMA responding to 172 incidents in July, 147 in August, 154 incidents in September, 153 in October, 132 in November, and 141 incidents in December. In its commitment to ensuring the safety of lives and properties in the state, in line with the T.H.E.M.E.S agenda of Governor Sanwo-Olu's administration and global best practices, LASEMA's success in emergency management and disaster risk reduction is due in large part to its role in facilitating interagency collaboration among its stakeholders and other emergency responders in the state. The agency achieves this through regular pre- and post-emergency disaster operations review and successful harmonization of activities with its stakeholders and other relevant government agencies. Lagosians and even residents of Ogun State on several occasions commended the Lagos State government, Governor Sanwo-Olu, and LASEMA for their relentless efforts in the management of emergency disaster within Lagos and its surrounding states. Coordinating the affairs of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, its Director General, Chief Executive Officer Olufemi Oke-Osoyintolu, who has shown greater commitment towards ensuring that accident occurrences, loss of lives and property, road crashes among several other incidents are reduced to the barest minimum. Under the pilot of Oke-Osoyintolu, the agency had recorded significant successes in all its operations.
We are able to rebrand, refurbish, reposition, reorganize our fire services. We are able to reorganize our ambulance services. So if we are able to reorganize the ambulance services, the fire services, the building controlling agency, you will discover that to talk about coordination, the coordination aspect of it will be simpler because all the ingredients that needs to respond to emergency are available.
Despite all this, the agency has also had its fair share of ox calls, which it has vehemently pleaded with those involved to desist from doing so that the agency can tackle emergencies without itch. The present administration, through LASEMA, also provides emergency relief camps at Igodo and Agbowa, where victims of disasters take refuge for some time as part of the recovery process. The state government caters for their feeding, accommodation, and transportation to and from during such periods, including taking children of victims to school. LASEMA's Director General, Chief Executive Officer Olufemi Oke-Osoyintolu, also speaks on the efforts of the state government to provide relief for victims of disasters in the state.
This IDP is part and parcel of me. I have a flat in here. I eat here. My team are here. So I'm part and parcel of this place. We are appealing to them that all the advocacy, all the sensitization we are doing, they should be part and parcel of it. They should embrace it. Not only embrace, they should take ownership of it.
Some of the victims expressed their appreciation to the Lagos State government for ameliorating their plight.
We don't even expect all these things that we are doing for us every time, every moment. In morning, afternoon, in the night, they are giving us food. So they are taking care of us.
Sincerely, I'm grateful for the government because it's really an honor and it's something that I've never heard before. So I'm going to say thank you very much for the provision, the food, the furnitures provided, the things we are using.
They are doing us fine. Even though if you stay here, a month, my color will change, that I will even be all right. They are feeding us.
Most of us became homeless that night. If not for this accommodation the government provided, I'm sure many of us will have nowhere to stay.
These people that are working here, they are so friendly. They try for us, they pet us, they keep us. They are the ones that keep us alive.
They have been helping us. We know God will bless them.
Some Lagosians share their perception about the activities of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA.
We called LASEMA. Within 5-10 minutes, they were already on site. It was a tanker that fell, and they evacuated the tanker with the product inside, and it was very swift. So I would like them to continue with such swift response time.
To score them, I can give them 90. But they are really trying because at times we always watch it in our television that whenever they have a fire break somewhere or building collapse, at least they always rush there and do their need. At least I can rate them 90. They are really trying and they should keep it up.
We have had series of tanker falling and then there is fire, and actually they are the ones that goes to quench it. So I think it's a good one. They are helping the city.
So far, their performance has been very good. I commend them for their effort and their humanity to make things better for us Nigerians, especially in Lagos State.
LASEMA have actually been really effective. The fires, outbreaks, and all these tankers dropping, the time duration of them being cleared up and everything, they've actually worked to reduce the time and try and clear so as to avoid traffic and everything. So they've actually been working.
There is no doubt that the investment of the Lagos State government in emergency response has greatly assisted in the reduction of losses recorded in Lagos State. And the LASEMA team will not rest on its oars in providing swift responses to emergency situations. The Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration is committed and poised to do more in securing and ensuring the safety of lives and properties of Lagosians. Lagos residents are expected to also reciprocate the good gesture by cooperating with the government and making governance easy in the state by exercising their civic duties through prompt payment of their taxes and dues to the government. This is where we conclude this week's edition of the special report on the activities and achievements of the T.H.E.M.E.S agenda, which focused on the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, in line with the T.H.E.M.E.S agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. For feedback, you can follow us on all our social media platforms: Twitter at Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe to our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Also, you can download our app, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, from Play Store for more traffic updates. This program is a production of Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. I am Abiola Fagbolagun.